How would you like for any run with the law or mistake that you make to be recorded for the world to see? This is a very real possibility in the coming years due to body-mounted cameras. These cameras are detrimental both to the people that they're attempting to defend as well as the officers that are utilizing them. Over the time here in this winter semester, I have extensively studied many facts and figures going over government articles as well as scholarly sources in an effort to gain a working knowledge of the subject matter. And in my studies, I have been able to reasonably conclude that body-mounted cameras encourage violations of the Fourth Amendment as well as the Ferguson effect. To further elaborate, the Ferguson effect, as said by David C. Pruse in the 2016 Journal of Criminal Justice, is the effect by which police officers become reluctant to police their local communities due to media interference. This was named after the shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. Quickly after the shooting, police officers were extensively ridiculed by local media. This caused police officers to become reluctant in order to police their local communities as they began backing off and allowing small things such as search and frisks to slide. This caused an extreme spike in crime. Many violent crimes, such as homicide and muggings, were able to flourish under this new laissez-faire attitude towards criminal activity. This caused an extreme loss of life, which should not be tolerated under any circumstance. Imagine if this were to be more persistent and permanent, such as with a body-mounted camera. Police would be watched constantly during their field work, and they would be extremely afraid of making the wrong move due to fear of losing their livelihood. This could cause them to use an extreme, underwhelming amount of force when in the field. This is extremely detrimental, as this would cause an extreme version of the Ferguson effect, leading to even more loss of life. As well as the Ferguson effect, this encourages the infringement of the Fourth Amendment. Fourth Amendment specifically is the amendment by which persons, houses, and papers and effects are to be protected and not to be illegally searched or seized by law enforcement. Body-mounted cameras constantly record everything that a police officer does. Anything that is in the view of the person is in the view of the camera. If a police officer goes into someone's vehicle, if they view a sensitive document, or if they go within someone's residence, it is very possible for them to record something that shouldn't be public domain. However, due to the nature of body-mounted cameras, anything recorded will be given to the data mines within the police officer's network. This will be stored and will be able to public access for any free information state. As explained by the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press in the article to access police-sworn video cameras updated as of 2018, a free information state is any state by which the citizens are able to look up and find government documents that reside within the free domain. This includes anything gathered by the police of an investigation that is currently not ongoing. This means that any data that a police officer were to obtain that would infringe on the Fourth Amendment would be viable for any person to look for. Someone such as you or I could easily go into the police office and request sensitive information about other people's whereabouts, their homes, their vehicles, and any other sensitive documents that should not be given out to the public. This is an extreme danger, as not only is this an immoral issue, but it infringes on the Constitution. Over the course of this speech, I hope that I have instilled why body-mounted cameras are extremely detrimental to both the people that utilize them, such as police officers, as well as people that they're tasked with defending, such as citizens. Not only do they infringe on human rights, but they also allow for an extensive loss of life due to the exacerbation of the Ferguson effect. Although the original attempt was an extremely well-founded idea to help public relations, it has not done so. There's extensive research and evidence showing that body-mounted cameras only make this issue worse. They do not help law enforcement, and they do not help the public. We cannot allow for any more disorder or loss of life to be caused due to these cameras. Now this is my 3-person audience of my mother, grandmother, and father.